Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it has been a roller coaster ride in Chicago the last few years. They've been up, they've been down, they've had double doinks, but now the Bears are back looking for what would be just their second Super Bowl title.
Now, we do know that the Bears had plenty of success pre-Super Bowl because they won 8 NFL titles to be exact. But as you just mentioned, looking for their second Super Bowl win, they did have another appearance in the big game. That was one that they lost to Peyton Manning and the Colts in Super Bowl 41. The win prior, Super Bowl 20, a huge blowout against the Patriots.
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
Mahomes not wasting time. He'll throw. Being chased down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there. And it's 2nd down. How about the defense there try to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Thuney. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Mahomes going to throw. Steps away to his left. Completes it to Hardman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Bears take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his 2nd NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his 2nd year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll look to throw here. He'll drop this off to Peyton. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the 1st down. Excellent tackling right there.
The 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Gonzalez. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Locates Hardman for another catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Gonzalez. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he wisely will throw that one away. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And they've stopped them on the first 2 downs. Obviously, this is an important play coming up here. I think it's more so for the guys on defense because if they stop them here, I think they've set the tone for the entire game, how difficult it's going to be to score on them.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 3-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. out to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing, but in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On play action, they'll throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now it's 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll try the right side here with Peyton. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Got an open man. It's Pringle.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Cairo Santos, former Chiefs kicker, on for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now here comes Kansas City. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, I think there was a little too much heat on that one. He's trying to hit his running back out of the backfield. Normally you want to get the ball to them in stride. But here, this one's coming in hot. And it tips off his hands and into the arms of the defender.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Complete on the crosser to Hall.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
Mahomes now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They're going to look to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw.
There's Mooney with another catch.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll throw now on the final play. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. They set up the screen to Peyton. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 38, Mahomes.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on, but instead it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's Peyton up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up a throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
And he comes back with one complete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun now on third down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Mahomes now on first down. And he'll find Hall. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. A gain there of 21 yards.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Mahomes. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start, and now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Mahomes now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hall.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Edwards-Helaire. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
He'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Onto the field now come the Bears. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. They'll start with the option.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the give, here comes Peyton. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They'll look to throw here. He'll drop this one off to Sayers. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Hall. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I like the thought process. I like the design. But I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man. Because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
Mahomes to throw it. Finding Hardman, and they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So 4 corners couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And out come the Chiefs now.
And, CD, we get to see the debut of the brand-new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big 3rd down coming. Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. That last defensive stand, that is the defensive stand of the season. I mean, you get it on this stage in overtime of the Super Bowl, and now you've set your offense up here, Charles. All they need is a field goal, and they're world champs.
Agreed, partner. And if I'm calling plays on offense right now, I'm looking at my play sheet, and I'm looking for what plays get the ball to my best players right now. How do they touch it, and who do I trust with the football in this situation? Big-time trophy on the line, championship on the line.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it. And they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
To about the 23.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
KC's offense ready to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Gonzalez.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
1 or 2 more big plays could get him in position for a game-winning field goal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's 1st down. Edwards-Helaire now off the option.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.